Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is kind of I don't want to say spin-off, but a result of my entire TBR video, which I can link up in the cards. I want to start randomly generating reads off my TBR bookshelf and reading them because I would like my physical TBR to be under 100 soon-ish. Like 1 year, I think is reasonable. Anyways, this month's version, I don't know if I'm going to be doing this monthly, but today's video is the Orilium edition because one of the Orilium prompts I need to meet is pick a random book, close your eyes, whatever, and then pick the book adjacent to that. So not the one your finger lands on, but the one on either side. So I'm excited to see what we get. It could be anything. What I'm going to do is roll a dice first, so I feel like that's a little more fair, and then get Max to stop my finger. I think that'll be best because I have 6 shelves, 6-sided dice. Yeah, let's go with that. First, we are going to roll the dice to pick which of the 6 shelves we will be choosing a random book from. The kids are going to help me do this. 6, so we are way down here. This is kind of unfortunate. Those books are for unhauling, so we have from here to here, and there's not a ton that I would like to read on the shelf. So I'm going to close my eyes. Max is going to close his eyes, and he's going to tell me when to stop. I'm going to be pointing my finger. Okay, ready, set, go.
Stop.
Okay, and then as per the Orilium prompts, I need to choose which book, a book that's adjacent to the one that my finger landed on. And of course, I'm going to choose The Finish Line by Kate Stewart. All right, we're back again. Sorry for the weird angle. You're sitting on my computer, but the book adjacent to The Raven Boys was The Finish Line, the 3rd book in the Ravenhood trilogy by Kate Stewart. Flock is the first one, then Exodus, then The Finish Line, and this will knock a series off my list of series I need to finish this year, which would also be amazing. I'm so excited this is the book that was picked. Flock is a suspenseful romance type series. I loved Flock, gave it 5 stars. Exodus, I liked a lot but didn't love. I gave it 4 stars. I'm not sure where the 3rd book in the series is going to go. As this is the 3rd book in a trilogy, we're not going to be talking about too much. So sorry about that, but I guess that's just bound to happen with these like roulette style videos. But this says the evolution of a king, and the back makes it seem like it might be from the perspective of a man, one of the men in the series, instead of our main character, which the other 2 books were from her perspective. I don't know. It is over 400 pages, but I'm so excited to dive in and cross the series off my list and also reduce my physical TBR. So I will check in when I'm about 100-ish pages in and give you my initial thoughts, maybe a little bit more of a synopsis. Hey guys, check-in time. Ooh, there's an echo in this room. Sorry about that. Also, I just ate supper, so I think my lipstick smeared all over my face. But let's check in on The Finish Line by Kate Stewart. I am now on page 126, just finished chapter 15. I couldn't stop reading this today. Well, I mean, I'm not that far into it, but like picking it up literally every chance I get, even if it's to read half of a page, I'm really enjoying it. Like I mentioned before, there's not too much I can say, as this is the third in a trilogy, but beyond that, the Ravenhood trilogy, almost anything you say, even about the very first book, is a spoiler. You really need to go into this series, like just dive in, because you can't say too much or it loses the suspense. This is a romantic suspense kind of series-ish. So this is making this vlog a little more challenging than I originally thought. This vlog was going to be literally any random book that I picked off my shelf. So this is where we're at. It just happens to be the third in a trilogy, but I am very happy to be knocking a series off my list. A goal this year was to finish more series. I've started way more series than I ever have any other year and haven't finished very many. So this eye is really irritated and kind of bloodshot. I don't know what's happening over here, but it's itchy. Sorry if I'm blinking a lot. What I can say, being 15 chapters in, I said that based on the back, don't pause that and read it. It sounded like we were going to be getting a male perspective, and we are, but we're still getting our main character Cecilia's perspective too, but mostly the male character that we're following in here. Again, I don't want to say who it is, but the other books I don't believe were like that. I would have to go check, but I believe the first two books were all completely from Cecilia's perspective. So now we have two POVs, but we also are jumping timelines, tons of flashbacks and into the future also. So the timeline is jumping all over the place, and it's actually making things a little bit tricky to connect the dots, but I think that that is entirely on purpose, and it is keeping me engaged because we flash back to when some characters are 11, when they're 16, when they're 44, and you're just like trying to piece together the plot and the timeline as you go along. And obviously that has to be done intentionally, and it is definitely keeping me turning the pages and getting to the next chapter and figuring out where we're at. Are we in present day? Is this another point in the past or the future? I'm really enjoying it. This, for being like a romance series, the first two books had a lot of spice. Not that that was like every page or anything, but there is definitely some very spicy scenes in the first two books, and we're not getting that in here yet. There is groveling happening, and I don't think I've read a very good groveling, maybe ever. I hear other people talk about groveling, and I was always kind of like, I don't know if I would enjoy that, to be honest. Like when, let's get personal. If me and my husband were to have a huge blow up fight, nothing that compares to this, but if he were constantly coming at me, apologizing, like if it was something big, and he just wouldn't leave me alone, he was groveling, I would not like that. I need my space. So whenever people be like groveling romance recommendations, I never really took those seriously. But in this case, I'm kind of like, I'm liking that we have the flashback timelines as well, because we're seeing things from characters that we got as they're adults in the first two books. We're seeing them as children, or like when they're just getting into the things that they're getting into, and they're not actually present in what is currently happening in the plot in here. Again, I'm trying to be so vague. So it's nice that though we're not seeing them in the present in this book right now, I mean, I'm not very far in. They could come in later, but we're still getting bits of those characters that you come to love in the first 2 books, if that makes sense. There's a lot of words that didn't really say a lot, but I'm feeling very summery. I am in Emmett's room, so you can see the crib, in this very summery high-low dress. It is so hot outside. My husband has the 3 boys outside in the yard. I don't see them, but I heard them. So I'm gonna go out and join them. The sun is starting to set, so hopefully it's not so hot outside. Water my garden, maybe sit back in my camping chair and read some more of this, because I really enjoy doing that. Like while the boys are playing, just setting my chair in the shade and reading in a place that I can keep a good eye on them, and just like summer vibes. I don't know. I love being outside with my boys, so I'm going to go do that. I would like to check in with you guys. How many pages did I say were in this book? Like 450. I don't want to look too closely. Less than 450 pages. So maybe I'll check in around the 300 page mark and see how it's going. So far, I'm really enjoying it. It's feeling like a 4-star right now because not a lot is happening in present day to move the plot that we've been getting forward. We're getting a lot of connecting the dots from the entire series. I don't know if that makes any sense. Just read this series and let me know your thoughts. You can message me on Instagram or comment on this vlog once you read this book too. This is a great book and it is available on KU. I just loved Flock and Exodus so much I bought them, so then I wanted to buy the 3rd in the trilogy. Definitely recommend this series, even though I haven't finished it yet. But I'm having the best time. So if you think you would like a romance, suspense, spicy, but still like thrilling kind of series, give The Ravenhood a try. I'll check back in when I'm further. Hey guys, just checking in. I am now on page 265, so a little later than I had thought I would update you. I have less than 100 pages left. And remember how I said, like, okay, jumping back and forth is keeping me engaged, and it is, but we've been getting more of the present timeline lately, and a lot of nothing has been happening. I mean, things have just started happening, which prompted me to quickly do half of my makeup. I only did my eyes, threw on some lip gloss so I could film this clip. And if I didn't love the characters in this story so much, I would be like, okay, this is the 3rd in the trilogy. Where are we going? What are we doing? And I felt that way so much so that I went and checked reviews on Goodreads from people I follow, people I know have read it, and everyone's given it 4, 4.5, 5 stars, said this is an amazing conclusion to the series. Whoa, I didn't think it was going to wrap up like that. So now I'm like, okay, Kate Stewart, you don't have that many pages left to wow me. You know what I mean? I'm still having a great time. It's still feeling like 4 stars. It's because I love these characters, but the other 2 books do have a really great plot going on. And in this one, we're still seeing some of that plot, but it's in the flashbacks. It's things that have already been done. So I'm like, where are we going? I don't really understand what's happening plot-wise in present time in this book. She's trying to make you feel like there's this like impending danger, but I'm not really feeling it because things just seem so mundane and slice of life in the present timeline currently. I hope to finish this today. like 70 pages left, maybe under that. I think that's completely doable. I have lots to do today, which is why I only did half of my makeup, because I was like, okay, Emmett's napping now. Let's film this clip, get some work done. I need to go grocery shopping. I have videos I could edit. So many videos I could edit. I don't even know when you guys are going to see this video because I'm so behind. Okay. These books make me want to take my Duolingo French a little more seriously. I finished. This is like not a good time for me to be wrapping up this video for a lot of reasons. I don't have my makeup done today. It's people getting home from work. Traffic. I live in a rural area. Emmett passed out on my bed. I should be cooking supper, so that's why I'm talking when he's in here, because I don't really care if he wakes up. Besides that he's going to be cranky, supper's on the stove. So I'm gonna make this quick. There goes the microwave. I gave this 4 stars. It was really good. I know, I feel like I kind of flip-flopped a little bit through this vlog where I was like, ooh, I'm loving the dual timelines. The flashbacks are great. The multi-POV is really interesting take for this 3rd book. And then I was like, nothing's happening. This was a really excellent conclusion to a series. I'm sad it's over. Things wrap up so well, but not like so tidy, if that makes sense. Like, we have closure, a lot of loose ends through the series. We now know what was going on, and just overall, it was really great. I do think this is my least favorite of the 3. I think my order of like how I would rate the books in the series is the same as the series, like Flock being my number 1, Exodus being number 2, this being my 3rd, but it's still great. Still 4 stars. I'm sad that it's over. I think I'm repeating myself. If you like spicy romance, suspense, give this series a try. I think I would reread it sometime. I wish I had the stuff I need to annotate, but there is one thing I should have noted. Page 352. This is a thing I would like to annotate. So he's asking someone, so you hate America? And the guy nods and he says, what exactly is it that you hate? And he doesn't get a response. So he says, I'll tell you what I don't like about America. Greed. This country was stolen and established by materialistic men. It's an illness that's plagued us for hundreds of years, giving the illusion of opportunity and freedom, and it is, but only for those who have the balls to take what doesn't fucking belong to them. For those men, it's a free-for-all. I'm Canadian, by the way. I did live in the US for a year and a half. Is that how long I lived there? When I was a child. And I mean, that sums up a lot of it. The American dream is only built for those willing to take things that aren't theirs. which is kind of controversial, but also kind of hits it right on the nose to a certain extent. I love that, which I just love that she sneaks in some things that are wrong with America into her books. And that's an added part that I also liked. I don't really know how to wrap up this vlog because we chose a book at random for Orilium, but also to knock down my physical TBR. It was a third in the series, so I wrapped up another series, which feels really good. And I would like to do this bookshelf roulette style again. I do need to read more of what I already own, get less from the library. I have like 20 books out from the library, and then I try and prioritize those because I want to bring them back for the next person. And then all the books that I spent my own hard-earned money on just stay on my shelf, which really doesn't make sense. So going forward, I do want to have more of an even balance of my physical TBR, a couple library books, because I do like supporting my library and I don't want to be spending all my money on books to read, and KU content, because I do pay for the Kindle Unlimited subscription. I feel like I'm not utilizing that to its full potential. I think I mentioned earlier in this vlog, but this Ravenhood series by Kate Stewart is available on Kindle Unlimited, but I just love them so much that I bought the whole series in paperback. Thank you guys so much for watching. Is this a series that you plan on picking up, or have you read it already? I'd love to chat with you in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!